Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here, greetings boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. This side of my mouth is going to be a drooping. I've noticed I got kind of a droop going on that probably been going for a while, so yay on that. Hopefully your day has been going well. I went for an late morning, early afternoon walkies down by the path, altogether maybe four and a half miles round trip, so got that in. Yay! But first, what I want to talk about is my continued rice adventures. I made a post about this in the community tab, but last night when I was making my rice for today, I opened up after I put the rice into the bowl and then I put in the amount of water that you're supposed to. I was looking for other stuff to put in. I had purchased some rice vinegar before, and it's just been sitting in my fridge. So last night, I opened it up and smelled it. And, oh, yeah, it was vinegar. Just flat vinegar. But I said, you know what? I'm going to put it into there anyway. So I splashed in about an ounce or so, and then I closed it up, put it away, put in a little bit of soy sauce, and then a couple splashes of Tabasco, and then sprinkled in some dried minced garlic, and then set it up to go. Now I usually try to stir it about 10 minutes into it, so it's still getting there, but it's just warming up. It's not actually cooking yet. Oh, excuse me. When I opened up the lid, with the warming up of all the ingredients, with the rice vinegar, the soy sauce, the Tabasco, the jasmine rice, the vinegar smelled amazing. It smelled so good. By itself, awful. With all that stuff, synergistic. It was incredible. So, again, yeah, I mean, I wish it actually was something I could actually show off, but showing off my cooking is just, I always have so much trouble on this side too. It's probably because of the drooping thing. I've been having salivary problems on this side for quite some time. Yay on that. Just drooping when I talk though. It's still, I can move it all around still. So I don't know what's going on when I talk. Yay. But where was I? Oh yes, synergistically is incredible, and I am so glad that I am able to go on this journey. Now the thing is, even if I come across this stuff before, I don't know that it would have helped because my sinuses and such have never worked well, and your sense of smell is a large part of your sense of taste. Plus, I have eaten a lot of food through the years. I've enjoyed this, that, and the other. There has been nothing I have really craved. When I'm cooking this stuff up, it is something that just reaches inside of me. And it doesn't feel scary or bad. It's a good feeling. It's scratching an itch that I never knew was there. So it smells, I mean, jasmine or basmati rice all by itself smells incredible when I cook it up. When I add all these other things to it, synergistically more delicious with each thing. So, rice is awesome. And then afterward, all I do is when it comes out, I just put them into plastic bowls, let them cool down, pop them into the fridge. The next day, I take the containers, and depending on how hungry I am, either take half a bowl or a full bowl of the rice, and then either mix in half a can or a full can of chili, cook it up with a little bit of extra soy sauce, maybe some Tabasco, and then I eat that. And it's really good. So thumbs up for that. And then when I can afford it, I buy cans of fruit. So yeah, it's not the best on diet, which is why I also try to take multivitamins. So, yay. And continuing to drink massive amounts of tea if I can find, because of the move, everything going into storage, going to Port Orchard, coming back, I don't have any of the cups that I can't locate them. You know, that would be like 58 ounces for a drinking cup. If I can get those, buy another one. And then, boy, I wish these things went faster. 8 ounces can take a full minute of just standing there waiting for it to fill. No flow is terrible, but you know, it's what you gotta do. But so I'm not gonna be able to sit there the entire time while it's filling up for like half a gallon. That's gonna take so long. And I have attention deficit disorder. When I'm cooking rice, I was watching an ADHD memes thing where somebody, one of their memes was, you put the timer on when you're cooking to remind you when your food is done. I use a timer to remind me that I'm cooking food. And it's like, yeah. Because I'll set this thing to cooking, and if I'm just sitting here, when that thing goes off when it's done, it is a total surprise. I have forgotten that I'm even cooking anything. It's, what the hell is that? Oh, yeah, rice. Okay. So, yeah, I understand that one. When I talk about needing that step to do stuff, that's what happens. Time blindness, too. When I say time blindness, you know, it's, you know, minutes pass like seconds, hours pass like minutes, days pass like hours, weeks pass like days, months pass like weeks, and years pass like months. Being time blind sucks. Thumbs up for that though. Especially since I don't just want to whine and complain about stuff. But talking about whining and complaining, I don't have it with me, which is one of the things I meant to have out. But the manual for the game, Space Marine Adventures with the Labyrinth of the Necron, something like that, which is made for ages 10 and up. You know, it's kids and adults, but you know, anyone younger than 10 is going to have issues. A lot of the other games I play are like 14 and up, so this one's a lot younger. I do want to play that, but it has taken so long. And it has not much text, a whole lot of pictures, and out of about 10 pages of rules, 4 of those are advertisements. So it's not a lot of rules. It has taken me so long to be able to read it all the way through so many times, and I still don't remember all of it, nor can I remember how to play it. Attention deficit disorder sucks. Some of the things that I do remember on it still, one of the things that's weird about it is there are portals on these maps of tight corridors, and you have 4 Space Marines that are trying to get through to these control panels to turn off the teleporting portals, because not every turn it's randomized without dice. You turn over cards, and if it comes up with the card is the symbol for your Space Marine, that Space Marine gets to act. And if it's a card for a Necron, you go to the Labyrinth deck and you turn over that card and resolve it. So the turn base is all random. You could have one character and then Necron character. I mean, you'd have to shuffle it pretty poorly, but it is possible. The thing is, as wild as the pictures look, if you're not doing I haven't even read all the cards, so I don't even know if there's any sort of combat on a card with any of the Necron characters, but when Necrons show up, they stand around. That's all they do. If you have a card that has Necrons show up at portal number, let's say 4, then you are going to put down a couple Necrons. And that's it. They don't attack. They show up and then they stand there. It's all exciting things on the cards, but in reality in the game, they show up and then they stand there. And they don't do anything. They don't move, they don't attack, they stand there. That's all they do. And every time you get reinforcements, you put down a Necron next to the portal. And if you can't, out until you can. So then keep getting new ones, keep teleporting in, more and more of them, where they just stand there and look at you. And you're a Space Marine, fires their weapon, and that's it. If you get the resistance number, the Necron dies. If you don't, they don't. No attack back, nothing. That is the entire negative thing. They don't die. They show up and they stare at you without doing a thing. But you've got to get to that control panel, so you do have to shoot your way through this silent legion of staring robots who just go, show up and then stare at you. No matter what it says on the card, no matter what it shows in the rulebook, no matter what it shows on the box, they may look like they're doing exciting things with weapons, but they show up and then they stare at you. And the only way that they can hurt you is if there are so many of them that to teleport in, they have to land on top of you. Well, that wounds you. So only if one lands on your head will it accidentally hurt you. Now, if you get hurt again, you know, if another one steps on your head as it teleports in and you're already wounded, then you'll die. But that's the only way to get hurt, is if they teleport in on top of you. There are no attacks, they don't move, they just show up and silently stare. Now, there are all sorts of advanced rules and advanced cards, as well as a full campaign, because your characters, if they get injured and then injured again, can be out. You can get reinforcements if you do it as a campaign, but only one. Because there are 5 Space Marines that ship with the game, but you play with 4. Verb. So if one of them dies, you can bring in the one that wasn't in play as a reinforcement. But past that, the rest of them kick off. But yeah, for a campaign, you come in with a small piece of cardboard that can hold 4 Marines, and it attaches onto one of the 4 entries onto a board. Once you turn off the Necrons, one of the exits off of there becomes an exit, and then you can leave. Once you're all off onto that, then you take one of the other boards, because there's 3 boards, each of them with 2 sides, and then you pop it in there, and then you do the same thing, and then you go off and you exit, you pop in the last board, fight those Necrons, and there are some other bosses. There are tougher Necrons, tougher Necrons for level 2, and a big boss for level 3, as well as some advanced cards. So hopefully I'll play it for the channel. One thing I do want to do though is either get some glue, or just I'm going to have to use other things as the characters, because right now, because they're just snap tights, but they're not really great, the heads of the characters keep falling off in storage, then they creak like they're going to be falling apart when you're moving them. So great, need to get some model glue. Life aside. Past that though, I have been trying to think of things on my settings, plural, because I've still been thinking on the whole solo RPG stuff, which I'm still going to be doing. There's overground adventures, there's underground adventures. So, because I have mentioned how when you go down into the dwarven cities underground, 98% of the people in the world, when they go into the dwarven ruins at the end of 24 hours, they are suffering the first effect, which is you are seeing things out of the corners of your eyes moving all the time. But if you're in the 2%, you don't. You can go down in there and it takes a month. It will happen, but it takes longer. Genetic variants, Some people can take it less, some people can take it more. The thumbs up for that. Now, not all people who have this ability to withstand the terrors and the Dwarven ruins are murder hobos. But most of the murder hobos in the world are in that 2%. And one of the things that I try to embrace is not being who I am in games anymore. So much of my life I've tried to play just me. Well, I haven't fully embraced the whole murder hobo title, but I'm not afraid for my characters to be murder hobos if necessary. Thumbs up for that. So yeah, murder hobos are all mostly like this. Some aren't, some never go underground in the Dwarven areas. But quickly, that did remind me of this thing that I was talking about. I was doing revenge fiction fantasy for a game, because still the game pisses me off. Pissed me off when I first played it way back when. Just the idea of the ending of the original without the DLC still pisses me off. But I was playing it, Fallout 3. Now, first I had tried to play it more straight, but now I'm playing it more like I have been Fallout New Vegas, where my character is just squirrel. You know, I'm going off for a quest. I'm going to do this, but I am going to run into everything that I see on the way because my character's lived in a vault her whole life. She was like, what, you start off the game and you're like 16? 17? Something along those lines? And then you come out into the world? You've been in a vault your whole life. My character is going to be running from place to place going squirrel, 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 squirrel. Now, the part that pisses me off that I wish they'd fix for the game because I reject it entirely is the ending. Because I had played it for the Xbox 360 when it first came out, and I got all the way to the end and I finished it. Now, though, I wouldn't, because I'm role-playing my characters. And no matter what, when I get to that end, when the character Fox, the super mutant who can withstand radiation, and the others that are with you that also can get into this room filled with deadly radiation, and they won't die, but they're looking at you to do this because as Fox, the super mutant, says, it's your turn. It is your opportunity to be a martyr. Like I said, revenge fiction, because all I could think of is my characters just would turn to them and say, nope, no, no. You here have all revealed who you are, and you are not my friends. You can withstand radiation. You could go 3 feet into that room, flick a switch, not die, save the world. You refuse. You, over there, wearing that suit, you could go in there, flick a switch, save the world, come back, well, you know, the capital wasteland, come back out and be alive. You're all telling me I have to go into there and be a martyr and die for you when you could save this. You know what? You have proved to me who you are, and you're not my friends. And if you are the best that the wasteland has to offer, then the wasteland deserves to die. I'm not going in there. I'm going to leave. It will take longer than my lifespan for the capital wasteland to die if we don't flick that switch. So I'm leaving, and I'm not coming back. So you can either stand here and starve to death because you're so stupid that you won't walk in there and flick a switch so we can all survive, or you're going to flick that switch and save us all. Either way, I'm going to leave, and my life will not change. Flick the switch or don't. I'll be able to live my life without that. Except because you have proven who you are. I'm going to be outside. And when you exit this building, Fox, you have watched me. I can punch you with my fist so hard, you will come apart in a spray of wet, dripping parts that will paint that half of the building. You, in the Brotherhood of Steel power suit, I can punch you so hard that when your suit stops moving, you will run out of it like liquid because you have been pureed. I beat an Enclave soldier wearing power armor to death wearing knuckle dusters when I came out of the vault 2 hours after that. You've both watched me take apart more than you are. I am going to be outside waiting, and when either of you shows up, you are all going to die. And if you flicked the switch and you saved us all, you die as martyrs. And if you didn't, and the wasteland dies, you die. Goodbye. Spit in their faces and walk out. Revenge fantasy for a game that is good, but that ending. Yay. So I haven't really been I really haven't been able to do a whole lot of thinking. Last night I went and took a caffeine tablet. I slept better, not as good as I did the night before. Yesterday I had a combination of feeling better because I had slept and mentally not as good because I was in despair because of how and why I was able to sleep. I can't keep that up, so I gotta talk to my doctor. But yeah, I didn't get a whole lot done yesterday. I'm trying to do what I can get done today, but so yeah, I'm gonna try and get some game recording done. I want to get Space Marine Adventures done. I got some other solo stuff I want to get done. The Demons and Engineers book. I got the Colorado Space to edit. There is stuff, so hopefully we'll get it done today, or at least close to it. If you are a patron, thumbs up, thank you so much. It is appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. Because of you, I'm only a hurting monkey, and I can live with being a hurting monkey. Thank you so very, very much. I would put your names up here, but even though while I can wave my arm around like I just don't care, oh, I certainly do, and I still can't type. Even copying and pasting involves using this hand, so. When I can, though, I will. But until then, when you look in the mirror, you're looking at someone who is both beautiful and awesome. For everybody that leaves me a comment, thumbs up, thank you so much. I answer as many as this will allow. And for everything else, I do appreciate and I read thumbs up and heart as many as, well, YouTube shows me. Should show me more, but it certainly doesn't. Yay. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. Yay!